I'm sorry, be mad with me all you want, but it's gonna be too goddamn hot this summer to be fat. If y'all hoes is still fat, this tea is still for sale. Drop down in the description box and click the link to purchase this and other fine weight loss products so you could be cool this summer and not smelling like beached whale because you hot and sweating in places that we didn't even know existed. Bye. Ooh, child, things have gotten real interesting down to the Married to Medicine, honey. Scott and Contessa got it going on, and we must talk about it. Want to talk about it? Here it goes. Now, girl, did y'all get into this Married to Medicine reunion? You know, I'm gonna talk a little bit out of sequence right now because I'm just real riled up about it. Earlier today, prior to watching the episode, Scott posted a picture of him at the reunion in his suit, and he wrote, "100% facts. I have never had a female life coach that I met online. I was just speaking out of anger. My kids know that mommy is the only friend. Awkward joke that went wrong on film." And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe it. And not that I want him to be a cheater and not that I want him and Contessa to be having issues. When they played it back, the scene, Scott's a doctor, not an actor. And when they played the flashback back on the show, it came off of his tongue too matter-of-factly, in my opinion. Now, granted, I'm not an FBI behavioral psychologist or whatever the case may be. He could have just been making it up. But herein lies the problem for me. Don't give me artificial hurt. And don't artificially plant doubt in my head. I don't know if I'd be more mad that my husband cheated on me or more mad at the fact that my husband is an immature asshole. I don't think that there is anything that Contessa has done that we're aware of that would warrant you doing that to her. If you're my lover, my husband, my friend, you're supposed to protect me, not hurt me. Either way, for me, that shit was low down. I looked at Contessa on that stage. Contessa's so confused. Contessa is pumped filled of so much doubt. She don't know what to damn do. And I looked on the post that Scott made about it being a fact that it was just a joke on film going wrong. And Contessa is up under it with the fire emoji, basically co-signing it, riding for her man, and rightfully so, that is her husband. So needless to say, whatever we just saw on the show about them filing probably has been withdrawn or hasn't gone to the next level. And hopefully so. It's never a good thing when a family dissolves. But there's some things that need to be worked out. Just for me personally, Scott's a little bit too ornery for me. This whole, I'm not going to therapy and men aren't programmed to talk about their feelings. Scott, you are too educated and too goddamn you're a doctor. You're a man of science. Therefore, you're progressive by nature. You are too damn progressive, too educated, too steeped in health education and mental health education and relationship education, being a damn doctor, to take that stance. The reality of the situation is Scott likes shit the way it is. Because if you didn't, you would go to the ends of the earth to fix it. Obviously, you and Contessa don't have the tools to fix this shit. It's getting worse. So I just don't understand how a man of science could recognize that this shit is getting worse. We obviously don't have the tools, but then you're adamant about not going to counseling. That means you don't want to say the shit. Or you don't want to talk about it and take no accountability for what the hell is going on. I said it in my last video. Things change, people change, relationships change. And I would just prefer for Scott and Contessa, before things get ugly, to just figure out their new normal. And if their new normal is, renewing of their vows in a reimagined marriage, or if new normal is co-parenting. But that's enough on them, baby. Whenever we talk about the reunion, baby, we always got to talk about the fashions, honey. The fashions. Now, this is the very first time ever that this person gets that award. And it ain't because she my friend. Heavenly looked good. Heavenly definitely gets most improved. Heavenly looked good. Quad looked good. Contessa looked amazing. Jackie was Jackie. Jackie always looked prim and proper. Toya didn't register as looking bad to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Toya looked nice. Anila looked a goddamn fool with all that goddamn tool netting on. And where the fuck was Simone going with that 9-year-old hairdo? Okay, Simone looked like a damn Bratz doll. I don't know why the hell Simone let somebody make her look like a goddamn cartoon character. Simone ass was sitting up there looking like one of the Rugrats playing make-believe, okay, playing dress up, playing career day. Simone looked like a fifth grader playing career day, like she was somebody lover and they secretary as a make-believe career. That ponytail, that don't go chasing waterfalls, was wearing me out. And then she's talking and it's just moving it back there doing the Harlem Shake. Stiff wear, not on top of Simone head, no God, honey, but she had it up there, dancer girl. If she like it, I ain't got no choice but to love it. The reunion past the fashions opens up with a package about the introduction of Anila. Did y'all like Anila? I didn't dislike Anila. I definitely think Anila fits in with these girls well. I definitely think throwing Anila in the mix is a hell of a lot better than throwing some one-off white woman in the mix. I think Anila, being a woman of color, she blended with this group perfectly. I think that it's very hard oftentimes when you have these established group of friends and they bring a new person in, because that person is always vying for acceptance. And Anila, she had to get the lay of the land. But she, when it was all said and done, she got in there and she, in my opinion, gels perfectly well with these girls. I would like to see them give Anila another chance. I hope they don't cut Anila. I enjoyed her and I think that there is some more to get from her story. Listen, the reality of the situation is Married to Medicine needs some more non-doctor blood, because it's only but so far the medical professionals on this show are going to go. Medicine encompasses a whole lot of things, and in my opinion, if they reimagined Married to Medicine, they could get another 15 years off of it. Married to Medicine could look like a nurse, an EMT. Married to Medicine could look like a hospital administrator. You know what I'm saying? Yes, God, bitch, I am the director of the nursing department. I've got 20 years experience managing hospitals. That's medicine, and it's a different facet of medicine. And I would love to see the dynamic between, the doctors, the hardcore medical professionals, and then the support staff people and the administration people. All of that is Married to Medicine. And I think that would really add a very interesting power dynamic, class dynamic, socioeconomic dynamic that will create for organic, natural drama. Could you imagine if they brought an old sexy ass Instagram model looking nurse on this thing, honey? She was coming around their husbands and carrying on. Yes, God, baby, that would make for great television. She trying to get a come up. She a hot girl. She a nurse, and she running around the hospital full line with the doctors and smiling at the people men's on the camera, getting in their pool and taking their man like Portia did. That would make for good TV. Bravo, people. Cut me my check. Cut me my check. As far as Anila goes with paying the makeup people, I've been around Anila. Um, it goes without saying, I'm friends with a couple of these ladies, and they've spoken about Anila in our private, casual conversation. Anila has money, okay? I'm going to take it a step further, y'all. Anila's family, father, people got a whole lot of money. Then her husband's a plastic surgeon. Anila got a whole lot of money. Anila is not hurting to pay no makeup artist or no damn hairstylist. Okay, let's just put this out there. Now, why she did not pay the people immediately, that I don't understand. Now, I don't know if it was one of those things where maybe she thought that because she was on the show that she was supposed to get it for free, or there was some type of misunderstanding as to what the service was for. And maybe Anila don't know how the Atlanta girls move, which is the makeup artists come to your house, they do your hair, and you Cash App or Zelle them while they cleaning up their brushes and they packing up their stuff. By the time the people walk out their door, their phone should have already went off with a Cash App. I don't know what Anila's reasoning is for paying them damn people, but when they try to, she ain't broke, put it that way. And I do get her with, you're my friend, Toya, and you're the one who introduced me to this bunch of girls. Now you trying to grandstand on me in front of this bunch of girls. Don't chastise me or reprimand me in front of a bunch of bitches I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And y'all the main ones always say, my husband, I'm a ride or die for my husband or my wife. Yeah, you better take my sign and correct me in private when I'm at home. Well, it's the same thing with friendship. Don't embarrass me. Now, Toya did read that message. Anila, I'm going to say this. The discrepancy was never whether you paid the makeup artist or not. You got your receipts. Your receipts prove absolutely nothing. The dilemma was you walked out them people's shit and the boy had to hound you for his money. You know what I'm saying? So let's not try to skirt over that. The true explanation needs to be, why didn't you pay the people immediately? And like I said, I think the answer is Anila thought she was finna get the shit for free. Because that is what they do. That's what these Atlanta reality TV stars do. They don't think they should have to pay for shit. Okay? Child, I know another damn story about somebody on that. Let me leave it alone, honey. I ain't even finna bring it up about folks not paying stylists and stuff for clothes and makeup and hair. I'm just gonna leave it alone. It ain't even worth the trouble it's gonna start. Then they move on to Toya. So I don't know if it's editing or if it's life, but Toya didn't have a good season. Toya came off very confrontational. She came off very, just off-centered. Something just wasn't right with Toya, and she attributed it to COVID. Here's the thing. I'm not in Toya's head or her heart, so I can't say one way or another. But it does feel a little convenient. You know what I'm saying? It does feel a little convenient. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I know Toya's husband was at a bit more risk than everybody else because he was an ER doctor, but the reality of the situation is people was dropping like flies left and right. Okay? People was dying left and right, Toya. So I don't think that you were in any more or less stress than anybody else was on that stage. And again, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse to be rude and snappy and just funky to people. Like, maybe I have a superpower that other people don't have, but I know when I'm in a sour mood. I know when I'm funky. I know when something is going to set me off easily. And when I'm in those moods, I stay my ass the fuck home. I know when I'm under stress and when I'm not under stress, but moreover, I know how to talk to people, and whether I'm stressed or not, I am fully aware of when I'm being rude, when I'm being snide, when I'm being sarcastic, or when I'm being pleasant. It ain't that damn hard. It ain't that damn hard. And we're not talking about volatile teenagers here. You are a grown ass woman over the age of 40. What happened to grace under fire? Under no circumstances should you be acting like this. And I love how Jackie stepped in, because you were given a general blanketed, I was going through something and I'm sorry for the way. And Jackie said, no, honey. Accountability looks like, I am sorry for this thing in particular that made you feel like this, and this. That is what accountability looks for. Not, I was stressed and I'm sorry for everything. Nah, bitch. Nah. On top of that, you know, when you get down to Quad and stuff with the house shaming, and it's so funny, y'all. That's why sometimes, and that's why I got to start kind of backing away from some of this stuff, is because I'm just too close to the Atlanta reality TV market. To all the girls, I'm too close to it. I'm too close to it, and I understand it from a perspective that y'all don't get from the TV. But you knew what you were doing when you said Quad's bullshit ass apartment, because you and Quad are both suffering from the same Atlanta ass mentality, which is you got to stunt on these hoes and you got to have something big and fancy, and if you don't, you ain't shit. Quad is my friend, and I'm here to tell you she bought too much damn house. I don't been around the house. It's a nice house. I am happy for her. I am happy that she, you know, was able to buy that type of home on her own. And granted, you know, let me step back. Who am I to tell somebody that something is too much, because I prefer a minimalistic lifestyle? So my bad for that. But in my opinion, for my life as a single person, that's just way too much damn house that Quad bought. But Atlanta does that to you. Atlanta will do that to you. You got to have this. You got to be that. You got to have this on. You got to dry that. You got to get your wig. That's that Atlanta shit. And that's why I am so glad that I moved the fuck up out of Atlanta, and I am so far removed from that shit that I can just be a regular ass person. Okay? I enjoy being regular and not walking through my everyday life with the pressures of having to look like the lifestyle of the rich and damn famous. And quiet as it's kept, half that shit in Atlanta is smoke and mirrors empty damn way. But that's a whole nother conversation and a whole nother video for a whole nother day. My last thing is, I done been around the Quad other house, that townhouse, which was a beautiful, it was a 3 or 4 level townhouse with an elevator in it. It had 4 or 5 bedrooms or whatever the case may be. And I'm saying this to y'all because I said it to Quad. I don't know why she didn't buy that. It was nice. And she's single. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't like a lot. And again, maybe I am putting my preferences on her. I don't like a lot of maintenance. I think the flyest thing is pulling out of a bomb-ass condo, dressed to the nines, red bottles, with the top down on your car, with your jewelry on, just living the high life. That shit is sexy to me. Not pushing no motherfucking lawnmower. Not having to rush home and wait for the pool man to come clean up the pool and the landscaping people to come keep up this yard. That shit is not appealing to me. Having 4 different air conditioning units, got the air condition in my house in 4 different sections. That shit is not appealing to me. And my last thing about Quad House, and I'm gonna move the hell on. You know, I want my friend to have all that the universe wants for her to have, but I feel like buying that much house at this point in her life left nothing for a man to step into her life and do. And that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day as well. But anyway, Toya and Heavenly get into it. And Heavenly goes, well, Toya, you can't just be so, you know, forthright and frank with people like that. And it was like, oh, damn it, Heavenly. This was a missed opportunity, because I got what you were trying to say, but you damn sure was the wrong message. And Toya had a point. Heavenly, you are the queen of saying some shit inappropriate, rude, or putting somebody on blast. But I do think what what Heavenly was trying to say was, if Anila is your friend, then you were wrong for laying her out like that, basically embarrassing her in front of the group about payment. I don't give a damn how much money you got. It's actually almost more insulting when you do have money. It is embarrassing when people accuse you of not paying your bills publicly, or your card declined, or you notice that shit. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And that girl did not want to be embarrassed or made to look like she stiffs people. It's a character assassination. I was surprised that they brought Quad out this soon, considering the fact that Quad only appeared in the last quarter of the damn episode, or whatever the case may be. And I don't know if y'all caught that subtle shade that she threw, and she was throwing it at Toya when she said, yes, I have a nice house and it's in the city. It's not all far out or what, out on the outskirts. And again, going back to that Atlanta shit, you know, the Real Housewives of Atlanta are not the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They're the Real Housewives of Duluth and the Real Housewives of Conyers, okay, and the Real Housewives of Flowery Branch, okay, the Real Housewives of Swanee, because none of them hoes, with the exception of Candy and Phaedra, but she ain't on the show no more, live in the, well, Candy don't even live in the city. She live in I ain't gonna say where she live out loud, but Phaedra the only one that live in the city. She live in Buckhead, or whatever the case may be. My lips are so chapped. So that was shade. Heavenly and Quad fuss and makeup. Contessa said it right. The tension is so under the surface that it don't take much. I told Quad with that emoji situation on the show, the emojis transfer different on the iPhone than they do the Android bullshit. And, you know, to be diplomatic and nice, you know, I worded it to her. I said, it feels like bullshit, but I'm just going to take it a step further and say it is bullshit. Okay? Quad is bullshit. Now, I do support Quad in saying that I'm so used to Heavenly talking shit about me that I did think that this was another, you know, shit talk attack. I'll accept that. That's fair. That feels like right. But you misconstruing the emoji, that's some bullshit. You was already sitting on ready. You was already at your wit's end because Heavenly was going in on all the girls on her YouTube, and you were waiting for the smallest of infraction to shoot that damn bullet at Heavenly, and you shot it. Let's just call a thing a thing. They show that package and Toya started crying. The crying stuff does something to me. Because it's so counter the dominant side of your personality that we see most, which is you barking, you so honest, you'll get in the bitch face, you'll cuss a bitch out at their house and eat their food while drunk off their liquor, and then you crying. It's just confusing. It's confusing, and it makes me wonder, is the tears an attempt to circumvent accountability and to keep people from jumping on you now that they've held a mirror up to your ass? Or are you really moved to that level of emotion because of whatever is going on? And the verdict is still out on that. Toya says she's moving and got the house on the market because people in the neighborhood are getting over $1 million. And she says that it's just a house. You know, Toya, you and Eugene really send conflicting messages, right? Because now it's just a house. But when you were building it, it was more than a house. It was your dream. It was your, you know, it was your everything. And it was your, you know, this was the hope and the dream of the slaves. And, you know, y'all wrote y'all name in the foundation of the house because this was just going to be, it just, that coupled with y'all's prior financial woes, it just doesn't feel right. For the life of me, I want Eugene and Toya to be black excellence personified. I hope it's the truth. I want it to be the truth because I don't wish financial ruin on nobody. I've been there. But it just don't feel, it down to my bone marrow, the pit of my soul, it just doesn't feel like the truth. Coupled with the fact that you paid 1 point something for yours, Anila's is $3 million. She just closed on hers for $3 million. To think that you're gonna get 2 something, and after you factor in realtor fees, moving, furnishing a new place, it's like, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. I don't know. If I was them, they should stay put. Heavenly and Toya Kiss, that was cute. And then we already talked about Contessa filing for divorce. Married to Madison, this reunion did hold my attention, seeing as though the season didn't. The reunion definitely did. We have to tune in to see what them hoes gonna give us next week. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. And I'll call y'all later. Bye.